Indo-US MIM Tech Private Limited India has received the Award of Distinction in the Automotive Chassis category for a MIM 4605 low-alloy steel top plate made for Multimatic Inmet Canada. The part goes into shock absorbers of Chevrolet Camaro automobiles. The complexity of the part, with its 18 holes and 6 thin ribs that connect to a ring around a central hole, presented a challenge to complete filling. It is produced close to net shape, with surface grinding to achieve flatness and a facing operation to achieve height tolerance being the only secondary operations. This application is a new design for MIM and delivers an estimated savings of 25% over the previous machined version. Indo-US MIM Tech Private Limited India has received the Award of Distinction in the Hardware Appliances category for 2 MIM 17.4 stainless steel parts, front and rear keepers that go into industrial electrical locks made for Rutherford Controls Incorporated. The part's complexity, with many crossholes and sharp knurl features, required the use of multiple slides, some moving at different angles. The parts are made close to net shape, requiring only a final coining to adjust a small distortion and a tapping operation on the front keeper. Annual quantities are 20,000 per part. 4 MIM components made by Indo-US MIM Tech Private Limited, catcher, tension bar, and new base cap and body, have earned the grand prize in the Lawn and Garden Off-Highway category. The components, made for Danfoss, Denmark, are used in proportional valves found in hydraulic circuits of off-highway and farm equipment. The 2 parts forming the new base are made of MIM 17.4 stainless steel, while the catcher and tension bar are formed of 4605 low-alloy steel. All dimensions of the 2 parts forming the new base are achieved in the as-MIM condition, including the internal thread in the body. The catcher receives a grinding and burnishing to attain the OD tolerance and surface finish, while the tension bar needs only a turning operation to form an external thread without a parting line. The parts were formerly produced via machining, welding, conventional PM, and fastening. By completely redesigning the parts to maximize the advantages MIM offers, the customer obtains savings estimated at 65%, with annual production of 350,000. Indo-US MIM Tech Private Limited India has earned 2 awards of distinction in the electronic electrical category. The first award has been given for a MIM 17.4 stainless steel shell made for Hirose Korea Company Limited. The part goes into a charging assembly for mobile phones. The complex geometry of the part, with thin cross-sections and internal undercuts, was achieved with a slide-in-slide mechanism, moving on specially designed cam tracks. All dimensions are achieved in the as-sintered condition. The MIM part replaced an earlier design that used sheet metal processing and welding, with an estimated 20% cost savings. 2 million of the parts are delivered each month. The second award of distinction earned by Indo-US MIM Tech Private Limited India in the electronic electrical category is for 2 parts, a male foolproof device and a female polarizer, made for Amphenol Air LB France. Made via MIM from 4340 low-alloy steel, the parts go into an electric connector assembly made for Airbus. Both parts are fabricated to net shape, with all dimensions achieved in the as-MIM condition. This includes the threads, which are formed through auto-unwinding in the tooling. The fabricator delivers 320,000 pieces annually. Another award of distinction in the hand tools recreation category has been given to Indo-US MIM Tech Private Limited India for a 4605 low-alloy steel bolt used in the Cricket 22LR rifle made by Keystone Sporting Arms LLC. Made via MIM, The part replaced one produced by brazing together 3 machined parts, delivering an estimated 35% cost savings in the process. The part's design features many cross holes and undercuts, requiring complex side core matchings in the molding cavity. The fabricator delivers 60,000 pieces annually. Indo-US MIM Tech Private Limited India has won an award of distinction in the medical dental category for a sound tube used in a hearing aid made by its customer Phonak in Germany. The part's function is to enhance sound frequency and improve hearing. Fabricated via MIM from 316 stainless steel, the highly complex part achieves all its features in the as-sintered condition, with only glass bead blasting for a better finish performed as a secondary operation. An original design for MIM, it is estimated the part provides 20% cost savings over competing forming processes. The fabricator delivers 500,000 parts annually. Indo-US MIM Tech Private Limited India has received the award of distinction in the hardware appliances category for these 3 parts: output shaft, lever, and cover, that are assembled into the quick change mechanism of a Dremel multi-tool. The mechanism allows for the swapping of any tool bit within seconds. Made via MIM from 4605 low alloy steel, the 3 parts, designed specifically for MIM, are made close to net shape, with only a few secondary operations performed to achieve close tolerances. The highly complex geometry of the shaft, with 3 holes intercrossing at 120 degrees, required 6 side cores per molding cavity. Indo-US MIM Tech Private Limited India has won the award of distinction in the automotive chassis category for this spur gear made for Magna Closures Canada. The gear is used in the rear door assembly of SUVs to enable their opening in the event of loss of automatic control function. Made via MIM from 4605 low alloy steel, the part replaced a gear that was machined and had the pin welded on, achieving estimated savings of 30% in the process. This gear is an outstanding example of MIM's ability to meet close tolerances on concentricity and perpendicularity on a part with such a lengthy gear profile. The fabricator delivers 720,000 parts annually. Indo-US MIM Tech Private Limited India has earned the grand prize in the automotive engine category for 4 MIM parts: blank discharge check, stop discharge check valve, valve discharge check, and CRV spring seat, that go into a device that controls fuel flow in gasoline direct injection, or GDI pumps, made for Stanadyne Corporation. 3 of the parts are made of 440C stainless steel, while the 4th is made of 17.4 pH. The extremely complex geometry of the blank discharge check, with the intercrossing of holes, required tooling with 6 side cores, 3 of which move at different timings. This design was judged by the fabricator to be perhaps the most complex, high-volume part ever made by MIM. The customer realized cost savings of close to 35%, while the pump performance was improved by modifying the hole geometry to enhance flow dynamics, with the result being a 10 to 20% fuel economy boost.
Indo-US MIM Tech Private Limited, India, has won the first award of distinction in the automotive engine category for a fuel control gear segment made for Bosch Limited, India. The part goes into a fuel control device that regulates the entry of fuel into the engine. Converted from a machined part, the gear segment is fabricated via MIM from a low alloy steel at a savings of 80% over the previous method. Molded to net shape, The part requires no secondary operations. The fabricator delivers nearly 3 million pieces annually to the customer. Indo-US MIM Tech Private Limited, India, has earned the grand prize in the automotive engine category for a sensing element, a threaded port, and a support ring made for Sensata Technologies Holland BV in the Netherlands. Fabricated via MIM of 17.4 pH stainless steel, these components are used in a sensor kit that measures the inlet pressure of the air-fuel mixture in each cylinder of a passenger car engine. The length of the threaded port creates complexity, as do the thin walls and fragile features, and the stringent customer requirements on visual aspects add to the difficulty of fabrication. The parts are formed close to net shape, with only coining and passivation required on all three, plus CNC thread cutting on the port only. This new application is estimated to save the customer 50% over the cost of fabrication using alternate technologies. Indo-US MIM Tech Private Limited, India, has earned the grand prize in the Hand Tools Recreation category for a tool holder assembly made for Scintilla AG in Switzerland. The assembly that incorporates these two MIM parts, a tool holder and a grip spring tensioning part, goes into a woodworking tool for fine detail carving. Part complexity made MIM the obvious fabrication choice. No other technology could produce the part as an integral unit and deliver it in the needed volumes at the target cost. Made of a low alloy steel, the parts are supplied in the heat-treated condition. To overcome the possibility of distortion on the unsupported open end, the design provided supporting ribs. The grip support ring was produced per print with the help of one turning operation. Indo-US MIM Tech Private Limited has won an award of distinction in the Hand Tools Recreation category for a 17.4 pH stainless steel hammer used in a Leatherman tool group multi-purpose military utility tool, MUT, designed for military and law enforcement personnel, as well as for civilian use. Made by the MIM process, the intricate complex part performs 5 of the MUT's 27 functions. It is formed to a density of 7.5 grams per cubic centimeter and has an ultimate tensile strength of 175,000 psi, yield strength of 158,000 psi, heat-treated 35 to 40 HRC hardness, and a minimum 6% elongation. Secondary operations include threading 2 tapped holes, age hardening, and glass bead blasting, and an optional blackening treatment performed by